Hey guys, what's up? Daniel here. Today we're unboxing the iPad Pro in the space gray color. Now this guy is actually the LTE version with 128 gigs, so this is the most expensive one you can buy, and it's going to run you close to $1,100 plus, as I mentioned in the other videos, the accessories, which is the keyboard, which is like $150, plus the pen, which is $100. So if you're looking into getting the most expensive one, consider the prices of the accessories, which will be close to another $200, plus tax, $300. So this is the iPad Pro, and this is the box. There's nothing special about it. It's just like the older iPad boxes. Nothing has changed except the lighting from the beginning of this video. The sun went away, so it might look a little bit different now. And the sun's coming back. All right, so here is the box. Let's go ahead and open this guy up to see how that is. Of course, this guy is the one with the black screen. And here is the iPad. Let's put it right here on the side. We of course are going to get the adapter for the charging, and then the lightning connector, which is a long cable and longer than what you would get with an iPhone, because this is kind of a computer. You do have a SIM eject tool for the LTE version, and let's see if the stickers are colored. They are not colored. So interestingly enough, they just decided to not even bother with the colors on the stickers like they did with the MacBook, which is interesting that they didn't do that, because it's always nice to get color-coded stickers. I mean, it's not like it matters too much, but it's a nice little thing to add on in there. But the most important thing here is, of course, the iPad itself. Here's the space gray color. We have that LTE band at the top. Let's go ahead and remove the plastic here. And there we go. Pull that guy out. And here it is. Let me put this plastic to the side, and then we're ready to look at this guy. So it's basically the same exact space gray color that we see on the iPad Air 2. We of course are going to get the 8 megapixel camera here, the band here for the LTE and signal, the smart connector right there for the band. You can kind of see there's like 3 little dots right there, and that's a magnet right there, so that you can connect that to the smart keyboard, which is not out yet. And then we have a speaker here, speaker here, speaker here, and speaker here, which is really nice for watching movies and playing games. We got the lightning connector. It says iPad right there. We of course have the Apple logo, which is a little bit smoky to match the iPad itself. We got the volume up and volume down, and then the lock and then turn off button right there, and headphone jack. So that's right there what the ports are. There's nothing new with the ports except for that connector right there, so you're not going to get like USB or anything like a laptop. But let's go ahead and boot this guy up, and I'm going to go ahead and set it up, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so here is the iPad Pro Space Gray. Now this is the exact same thing as the iPad Air 2. You're not getting any special apps, no special accessories included with the price. The apps are a little bit more optimized for the iPad Pro, so you are going to get some new features in iMovie and GarageBand. They'll make the experience on here a little bit better than that of the iPad Air 2. It's going to take advantage of the 13-inch, almost 13-inch screen. Now, one thing to note is that this screen, or this iPad, is basically the same size almost as a Retina MacBook Pro, which is something to note. When you add a keyboard to this, it's going to be as bulky as the Retina MacBook Pro. So if you're getting this, you're not getting it really for the portability. You're just getting it because it's an iPad and because it's a touchscreen and because you like that and you want the versatility. So it's not going to be any thinner. It's not going to fit in your bag anymore, unless you're keeping just the iPad by itself with a smart cover. That's something to keep in mind. Now this guy does have the A9X chip, which is the faster one. It does have an M9 motion coprocessor inside. We do have the SIM card slot right here, which I did forget to mention. And the sun right there is, giving it those lines right there, because it knows we're making a video, so it wants to do that. But yeah, there it is, an 8 megapixel camera on the front, 1.2 or something like that on the front right here, and I meant on the back here. I don't know why I said front when it was the back. But it's gonna take some okay pictures. You definitely don't want to be taking too many pictures of this guy. You might drop it. You don't want to drop something that's so expensive. We do, of course, get installed already all of these right here. I didn't install anything here. The keyboard, just like I showed in the other videos, here it is. It's a full-size keyboard, so you can put this guy down. If you have the smart cover, you can just type on it. It's pretty much the exact same width as what you would get in a MacBook or anything like that. So that's actually quite nice, and it might come in handy. You are gonna have to get used to this a little bit, but I think it's gonna be quite nice. You can of course get the emoji keyboard. Everything's really nicely optimized for this. One of the things that I noted in the previous video is that any apps that you download from the App Store that are iPhone apps, so let's say Instagram, that aren't updated for this and haven't been updated, then the scaling of the 2 times is going to look horrible. So if you use any apps like that, just realize that you're only going to want to get the iPad apps, because these apps aren't going to work great and they're going to look really, really bad. So definitely something to keep in mind when you're doing that. Now, one of the last things I wanted to note that I noted in the other ones is that this guy feels a lot more premium than the iPad Air 2. The chamfered edges feel better made than the ones on the iPad Air 2. The metal itself feels more solid. The iPad feels more solid. It almost feels like they just fit more things into here. They packed it in more, and you get more of that kind of heftiness feel that just feels more solid, kind of like what you get with the iPhone 6s compared to the iPhone 6. So that's what the difference is there. Now, aside from that, it's the exact same thing. The speed difference, when you're opening browsing or anything like that, it's going to be very minimal because the iPad Air 2 is already so fast. So where you're really going to see the speed shine is on things like iMovie exporting, maybe even multitasking, word processing, and things like that. That's where you're really going to see this guy shine, and not really in just the opening of apps and things like that. So if I open up an app here and drag here and open up another app, this is where it's going to work the best, and doesn't let me expand that one, but I think this is where it's going to really shine. If you have to edit a Word document and browse the web at the same time, then that's going to work. And I think this is where the screen is really going to come into play. So that's something to keep in mind. We're going to make more videos on this guy soon to see if it's worth it. But aside from that, thank you guys for watching this video. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask down below in the comments, or reach out to me on Twitter at RMRDNL or at DarGadgets, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. As always, thank you guys for watching this video. Goodbye.